Hey guys, and welcome back to Fringe Friday. Or if you're new, then welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, and today we are watching season 1, episode 3 of Fringe. I have really loved this show so far. I have loved the way that the characters are developing. In particular, Walter. I think he's very fascinating, and I really want to unpack all of his trauma and everything that he's been through and sort of just uncover it. I'm also very interested in Olivia and Peter, just all the main characters, I guess, really. But yeah, I'm also curious as hell about what the hell Walter meant when he was talking about Peter's medical history in the last episode. Like, excuse me? Excuse me? What you mean? If you want to know all of my ridiculous theories, or some of my ridiculous theories, to be fair, I didn't say all of them, you can if you watch the post-episode discussion of the last episode. As always, you can watch the entire full-length reaction to this episode, watch-along style, over on Patreon, as well as the next episode right now. Anyway, you guys, I am a little bit sick, so I'm sorry if my reaction is a tiny bit down for this week. I cannot help it. I'm gonna try to be, honestly, I feel like I'm not even gonna have to try because I get really hyped to watch Fringe, so anyway, you guys, I have rambled at you for long enough. Let's get right into season 1, episode 3 of Fringe.
Do you believe that God can speak to you, Father?
Of course I do. The Lord speaks to all those who are willing to listen.
Okay.
What about the devil then?
I would be like,
I see things.
it scared me. Does he have a bomb? Oh, dude, what are you doing? Oh. Why did he take our book back?
Son, have you hurt someone?
I mean, he didn't, I don't think. Maybe he's like a psychic.
Roy, I know it's you.
He knows him? I mean, if it's his church, that's, yeah.
Oh my God.
Did she know? This is awkward. Lady, stop. Thank you. That was really awkward.
Did you see John's mother? She wouldn't stop looking at me.
His mother.
It was awkward.
I mean, he told me he loved me.
I wasn't gonna tell you this,
She already has trust issues.
but he said he loved me too.
I like it.
My medication.
You're not on any medication, Walter.
Of course I am. I've been making it myself in the lab.
What is it?
Simple combination of dextromethorphan, clonazepam, and fluoxetine.
Those are psychotics, Walter.
Of course they are. That's the point.
Right. Stay here for a second, would you?
What if I need to use the bathroom?
Just hold it.
Well, why can't you just go to the bathroom? You got this.
Hello?
Yeah. You're good.
Hey, what are you doing?
I thought I didn't see you all day. You tell anybody else that I'm here, you're the first one of the bunch I'm gonna come after.
Gambling deck, dude?
Called in the CDC, confirmed the attack isn't biological in nature. There's no contagion.
What? What was in the thing? There was definitely something that he at people.
I imagine that the material was released in gaseous form before solidification. I need to study it back in my lab. Can I have some?
We'll have to dig out their personal effects so we can ID them.
Oh, it's fully solidified in there? Like, they're in, like, a solid form? That's the guy. The psychic guy. Dude, you're at work.
Roy? What is that?
Just say you were taking a break and you were drawing. I mean, a disturbing image, to be fair.
Who was he, Peter?
Sorry?
He saw the
Man in
guy.
restaurant. You in some kind of trouble?
Oh, it was nothing. He was harassing the waitress. I just told him to cut it out.
I see.
He knows that's a lie.
What is it?
That backpack. I just saw that woman. That backpack wasn't there.
Ah.
Who is she?
Evelina Mendoza. She's a federal employee.
She heard members of the cartel discussing something about the pattern. I told her I never heard of it.
The pattern? What could the Nicaraguan drug cartel know about the pattern?
The gas that was released on the bus turned solid when it met the nitrogen in the atmosphere, instantly immobilizing and suffocating the passengers.
So who would have to know how to manufacture something like this?
I'll give you 6 guesses. And the first 5 don't count.
Massive dynamic.
Yeah.
We got something. I think you're gonna want to see it.
What?
Priest over at St. Anne.
Yeah. But he just is a psychic.
Got BPD picking him up from there right now.
He's just a psychic.
Doesn't seem like the profile of a mass murderer.
I didn't think so either. You're looking at depictions of dozens of attacks. Accidents, disasters we've seen over the last year.
He's just a psychic. He sees the pattern somehow. Things that are related to it.
Clearly, the man is disturbed. But do you really think that he could be involved in all this?
No, I don't.
He's a psychic.
That doesn't make me any less interested to know where he got his information.
From his head.
Is there anything else?
When we first met, you said science and technology had advanced to such a state that they were running out of control. Well, so far, all of the science and technology that I've come across
Comes from
has
y'all.
been very tightly controlled by massive dynamic.
I think maybe you have it backwards. That just about everything in the world of science and technology has a tie back to us. Of course, I could say something of the same to you, couldn't I? You've been investigating these cases for a very short while now. At least 3 of them have occurred right in your own backyard. I might suspect that you yourself were somehow responsible.
How? Because it happened in the same city that she lived. That is way less of a connection.
Regardless of what the actual explanation is, he sincerely believes that what he's saying is the truth.
In that case, what do you suggest?
All other things being equal, the simplest solution is the best.
And what is that?
The man's psychic.
Thank you. That's what I've been saying.
Perhaps he's communicating with you, Agent Bros.
Forgive me, Dr. Bishop. I like to think I have an open mind, but I have a hard time accepting that that man is hearing another person's thoughts.
So do I.
I've...
Why I would like to prove it.
And how would you do that?
Am I required to keep him alive?
That would probably be best.
Yeah. Can I kill him?
You know, the things I've seen since I started working for you, if I'm gonna do this job,
Some crazy shit.
I need to know what it is I'm dealing with.
And you will, when you're ready. Till then, I suppose you'll need to trust me.
You see, trust, kind of hard for her right now.
His vitals are spiking.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Yeah.
No idea.
Something's wrong!
Yeah.
Shut it down now!
I think so.
Magnetic compound of some kind.
Why would there be metal in his blood? That's not normal, right?
Yes, thank you, Astrid. I would also like to know the answer to that question.
I was right. Belly and I worked on this very problem.
Belly?
Yeah.
William Bell.
We posited a spectrum of waves lying outside of the range of those already discovered. We hypothesized these waves could be used to communicate information. The government, of course, was extremely interested.
Well.
To develop a method where they could transmit directly from one person to another.
You have got to be kidding me.
Is that his dad?
Roy McComb was one of your test subjects.
That explains it, doesn't it?
Explains it? Yes, that explains why he almost died today, because you injected something into his brain nearly 20 years ago.
No. What I gave him was not nearly enough to cause that reaction.
He was a sophomore, volunteering for psych experiment.
Oh.
Did you ever even bother to explain to him what you were doing?
Well, it wouldn't have been a very secret experiment if I had. Our dear Roy
Oh.
is merely overhearing what they say.
Yeah, he's just intercepting.
Wait, you want to rewire his brain?
It would be a minor surgery.
Minor brain surgery. Emphasis not on the minor.
I would need a specific piece of equipment. Magnetic neural stimulator I built in 1983. It's most likely where I left it 17 years ago.
Which is...
Hidden in a wall in our old house in Cambridge.
He really did hide stuff in random ass places. Is he gonna break in?
It's barely even a crime. I used to live here.
I think a really long time ago.
You look really familiar to me.
I hear that a lot. This brings back some memories.
Of what?
Right? He's awake. He's
Won't
awake.
hurt.
I know he said he was gonna be awake, but he's awake. I don't think you should just be drilling into people's brains. I don't think you should be doing this. That skulls, whatever. I don't.
I need you to tell me any sensations you experience as you see each image.
It's a horse.
It's a horse. What the hell was that?
You may also experience an involuntary bowel move.
Car.
Oh man. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is weird. I'm tasting. No, wait, it's gasoline.
We've reached the gustatory cortex. We're getting close. Damn it, don't you feel anything?
I'm a little scared.
Increase the level to 200 gauss.
Don't do that! Stop, I said!
Cuando yet?
What did you say?
I don't know.
She had it on her the whole time.
Oh yeah, that's a possible translation.
The body. He took it.
I've been asked to officially ID her body.
He was in on it. She wouldn't have bled because she was already dead. Just saying.
Where am I meeting your man?
Excuse me?
I'm getting something. It's in English.
It's Olivia.
Hey, Roy's talking again. Are you at South Station?
Yeah, why?
So are they.
And head to the Dewey Square exit.
Got that?
How will I recognize the person I'm meeting?
He'll recognize you.
Okay, Dewey Square exit.
Got him. He's at the south end of the terminal.
Then briefcase.
Turn around and put your hands in the air now. Put the case on the ground. Put your hands where I can see them.
What is it?
Any idea what it is?
Not yet.
Oh, they don't know.
Of all the models in Roy's apartment, 3 of them are incidents that we hadn't been aware of.
Pattern
Okay.
cases.
It would seem so. Take a look, if you want.
He's
Let me
being
know if you
honest.
have any thoughts.
Full transparency. Full transparency, rather.
Dr. Bishop gave me something for the pain.
Viking. That's it, I promise.
Oh, okay. Homemade Vicodin, though.
Any requests?
He's
How about
gonna
some
play.
Bach. That's way too stuffy. What you need is some jazz.
Well, I'll take what I can get.
Why is he at Massive Dynamic?
If I know you at all, this isn't the only reason you're here. But you feel protective of her, don't you?
I'm in the business of protecting all my agents.
I want nothing but the best for her.
I don't trust her. In this situation, weirdly, I trust him.
No detectable oscillations. This may just be what we need to break the encryption.
Speaking of which, I'm told you've made progress.
See for yourself. Finally stabilized the link. We've been pulling information from the disk for the last 72 hours.
Is that Scott? Agent Scott? Yeah. He's like dead, right? Like dead. Like he's not coming back, right? Okay, you guys. So first, I just want to say that I'm sorry, but this post-episode discussion is probably going to be a lot shorter and not as in-depth as it usually is. During the last 10 minutes of the episode, I started feeling very, very sick. And if you watch it on full length, you saw I had to take a little break. But yeah, I'm just feeling real bad, and I'm going to try to talk as much as I can about this episode, but I don't know how insightful or intelligent I can be about this episode right now, because I feel real bad. Okay, so the first thing that I really want to talk about is Roy, who it turns out is psychic, or not psychic in the way that I thought that he would be psychic. I kind of just thought he was a la Phoebe on Charmed, and he just had this sort of psychic gift that he was born with or discovered at some point, and that's kind of what I thought it was going to be. It was a bit more rooted in science than that, but I feel also not supremely rooted in science, because and again, I don't know anything. I don't know very much about science, so I can't really speak to it, but I do like that there was a somewhat scientific explanation for it, and that they were able to tap into it. Now, the scene where they're just like drilling into his skull in such an unsanitary environment was a bit, I know that when you do surgery of any kind, in particular brain surgery, it has to be in such a sterile environment. So I don't think that was super accurate, but I mean, of course, this show is science fiction, so it's fiction. I'm supposed to suspend my disbelief and just say, yeah, that could happen. So I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me. Okay, a tiny little bit bothers me, but not enough to like really care. I thought it was a really cool idea, and I was a little bit like, why is Broyles like a psychic? I don't know. Like, a child vanished and showed up 10 years later, not having aged a day, and you're like, psychic seems fake. Like, it's always amusing to me when there are super skeptical, or I don't think he's super skeptical, but when people are being skeptical in a world like this, where they've been confronted with weird or unexplainable kind of shit happening, and they're like, skeptic, you know, sorry guys, I don't understand it. It always kind of gets me a little bit, but I don't know. I am the type of person that I don't like to just dismiss anything outright unless there's evidence against it. So I'm interested in learning more about the people following Peter, and obviously I think it has to do with his gambling debts that he mentioned in like the first episode, but I'm interested to learn just more about them, and for Walter to learn more about them. Once again, I really am interested in their relationship. We did get a mention of Peter's mom, and that's kind of literally all we got. We got no more information than we had before, but I'm very curious about that. It does seem that she's still alive somewhere, so putting a pen in it. My thing is, like, what could the Nicaraguan drug cartel have to do with the pattern? Like, how is this all connected? I think that it's very obvious that William Bell and Massive Dynamic are somehow connected. I find it really interesting that everything that they're running up against is something that William Bell and Walter worked on back in the day. I'm very interested and curious as to if there's gonna be a scene with the two of them at some point. I mean, there has to be, I feel. And I'm very interested to see it and see how it plays out and like what happens, because I think that it's just fucking work brain. It's interesting that all of this seems to be connected to things that they have done in the past. And I'm curious if William Bell is the one who is continuing and perfecting the work that they did together, or if it is somebody else. I don't trust Nina Sharp. I don't trust Massive Dynamic. I don't know what they're doing. They're clearly keeping a lot of information to themselves, which makes me a little bit nervous and like makes them seem more untrustworthy. They know Scott had one of the discs that she had. So what were they doing? Like, how were they all connected? And why? And what's the purpose? You know? Also, can I just say I'm mad at myself because I thought it was shady when he was like holding her hand and stuff. But I didn't say anything because I was like, maybe I'm being too cynical because maybe he just like gave a shit about her. Also, another nitpicky thing, when he cut her hand and it bled, like, she's dead. Your blood's not still flowing when you're dead. That wouldn't happen. I also really enjoyed Francis, Charlie, in this episode. I think he was really funny and he brought some much needed levity, and I really enjoyed that. I also loved Walter being like, am I required to keep him alive? Because it's such an earnest question, but it's like, yes, that you should know that the answer to that is yes. He's growing on me more every episode. Okay, you guys, I think that is all that I currently have to say because I need to lay down and go to bed. I feel really bad. So, I am sorry. If there is more that I need to talk about, I will try to talk about it in the next episode because I'm sorry. I can't talk anymore right now. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you want, you can like, comment, and subscribe, but there's no pressure. You don't have to. You can also watch the next episode right now over on Patreon, and you can watch the entire full-length reaction over there as well. It is linked in the description below. And until the next episode, where I hope that I feel a million times better so I can properly enjoy it because I really love this show. Sorry, that was really rambly. Until next time. Bye, guys.